So in case you didn't know, this is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And it seems as when Kennedys commit crimes, they're more than willing to allow someone else to take the blame for them, and their crimes go buried for decades. This is breaking news. But first, allow me to start with a story that started 10 years ago in Central Park.
A bear cub is discovered dead in, of all places, Central Park. An apparent case of animal cruelty. CBS 2's Matt Kozar has more on the bear mystery.
In a popular section of Central Park, an unusual crime scene.
We were about over here.
Florence Slatkin says she was walking her dog this morning when she saw something furry underneath the bushes. Police say the 3-foot-long black bear cub had stab and slash wounds and appears to have been dumped there. Adding to the mystery, Slatkin says the baby bear was lying on top of this bicycle, which police confiscated as evidence.
Now, you may be asking yourself, how does the death of a bear cub in Central Park that happened in October of 2014 tie itself to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the man who is running as a third-party candidate for President of the United States? Why don't we let you hear him explain it in his own words?
I was taking a group of people falconing up in Goshen, New York, up in the Hudson Valley. And I was supposed to meet them there at like maybe 8 or 9. I was driving up maybe, really early, like 7. And that woman in a van in front of me hit a bear and killed it, a young bear. So I pulled over and I picked up the bear and put him in the back of my van because I was going to skin the bear. And it was very good condition, and I was going to put the meat in my refrigerator. And you can do that in New York City. You can get a bear tag for a roadkill bear.
Oh, we're not finished yet. There's more to this video. But I wanted to take this opportunity to point out that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is telling this story to Roseanne Barr, the man who is seeking an independent run for President of the United States that swears he's not a Donald Trump ally, is telling this story to Roseanne Barr, a staunch Trump supporter. Now, let's continue.
And so then we went walking, and I had the bear in my car, and then we had a really good day, and we went late. We were catching a lot of game, and the people really loved it, so we stayed late. And instead of going back to my home in Westchester, I had to go right to the city because there was a dinner at Peter Luger's Steakhouse. And at the end of the dinner, it went late, and I realized I couldn't go home. I had to go to the airport. And the bear was in my car, and I didn't want to leave the bear in the car because that would have been bad. And so then I thought, at that time, this was a little bit of the redneck in me. There had been a series of bicycle accidents in New York. They had just put in the bike lanes. And saw a couple of people had gotten killed, and it was every day, and people had gotten badly injured. Every day it was in the press. And so I thought...
Now remember what you heard in the news report at the beginning of this video about the condition that the bear was found in. And think about what he just said about the condition he found the bear in. Now, let's get to his bright idea about what to do with the body of this bear 10 years ago.
I wasn't drinking, of course, but people were drinking with me who thought this was a good idea. And I said, I had an old bike in my car that somebody had asked me to get rid of it. I said, let's go put the bear in Central Park and we'll make it look like he got hit by a bike. It'll be funny for people. So everybody thought that's a great idea. So we went and did that, and we thought it would be amusing for whoever found it or something. The next day, it was like, it was on every television station. It was the front page of every paper, and I turned on the TV, and there was like a mile of yellow tape, and there were 20 cop cars. There were helicopters flying over it. was like, oh my God, what did I do? And there was some people on TV in tie-vac suits with gloves on lifting up the bike, and they're saying they're going to take this up to Albany to get it fingerprinted. And I was worried because my prints were all over that bike.
So, he was scared because his fingerprints were all over the bike. So did he think about going to New York and telling the police that he was responsible for the bear being in the park as well as the bike? No, he didn't do that. Did he think about the fact that maybe that was a good idea? No, he didn't think that either. And why is he telling this now? Let's take a listen to the end of the video and see if we can get any answers to those questions.
Luckily, the story died down after a while, and it stayed dead for a decade. And the New Yorker somehow found out about it, and they're going to do a big article on me, and that's one of the articles. So they asked me, the fact checker said, it's going to be a bad story.
I think it's a great story.
So you can hear them laughing when he says this is going to be a bad story, and they're saying it sounds like a good story to them. And remember, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was instrumental in getting his cousin Michael Scahill out of prison in connection with the 1975 murder of Martha Moxley. And you mean to tell me his fingerprints were all over that bike and no one ever made the connection until now?